Well, we're halfway through the week, Wednesday, March the 5th. Our lesson today, put away the measuring stick. What's he talking about? He's talking about comparing ourselves to other people rather than just simply being who we are. John chapter 21, verse 15 in our devotion book says, when they finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you truly love me more than these? Yes, Lord, he said. You know that I love you. Jesus said, feed my lambs. Well, Jesus has been crucified, he's been buried, he's been resurrected from the dead. He's having a fish breakfast with some of his disciples now after his resurrection. And he takes this time to encourage Peter. You look back, and there was a time when Peter denied 3 times that he even knew Jesus. And now Jesus is coming to Peter, and 3 times he's going to ask him, Peter, do you love me? Each time Peter's going to say, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. And then after that conversation, Peter looks over and he sees John, one of the other apostles. And he says, Master, what about John? Remember Jesus' response to Peter? Peter, don't worry about John. I have things for John, but you concentrate, Peter, on doing what you're supposed to. When we compare ourselves to other people, it's a no-win trap because there's always somebody doing something bigger or better than we are. So, how can we avoid comparing ourselves to others? First of all, recognize the gifts God has given you and focus on using those gifts to the very best of your ability. And then secondly, thank God for what he has equipped you with. He may have given you a gift to encourage people, to organize, to help, to listen, sing, speak, teach. God has given you a gift or gifts, and recognize what those gifts are and then be grateful for them. Thank you. If you're like me, you're thinking, man, that guy's so good at this. I wish I had that gift, or I wish I had that gift. No, be grateful for what you have because God has given you that, and he wants us to use that to help other people and also to serve him. And the third thing, look for others who have the same gifts as you do and learn from them how to use your gifts. How can I use these gifts? If I have the gift of encouragement, this guy, everybody he's around, they're happy, they're encouraged. Okay, that's what I can do. You're a teacher. You've got students in school that are struggling so hard and they're just not getting it. They're falling behind their classmates. And because of that, they don't feel very confident in themselves. Take time. Talk to that student's parents and find a time to sit down and help that child. Help them to catch up and get ahead and understand, and use your gifts as a teacher to help that child. And then the fifth thing, don't fall into the trap of comparing yourself to others. A ball player, there's always going to be somebody who's going to perform better than you. A musician, there will always be somebody who's better. A company, you're running a company, there'll always be a company bigger than yours. You finally get the car that you want. Well, somebody else is going to have a car that you'd rather have than that one sooner or later. There's always something that if we compare ourselves to others, rather than just being simply grateful for what we have. We have so much, so grateful. Somebody says, I used to complain about the pain in my toe until I saw a man with no feet. A lot of truth to that, isn't there? Be grateful for what you have. Use it because God has given that to you to serve him and to serve others. And don't compare yourself with others. Because you see, sometimes we say this person is reaching this many people and this person is only reaching 1 or 2. So the guy reaching all these others must be much more important. No, not at all. An illustration, a man was walking along the beach one day, and a storm had washed up all these starfish on the beach. The starfish were laying there. They were dying. So he walked along, and there were thousands of starfish. And he walked along, he picked up a starfish, looked at it, tossed it out in the water. Picked up another one, tossed it out in the water. He's going down the beach doing this. And this man comes along and he says, "What are you doing?" He says, "There are thousands. There's no way you can save all of these starfish. What difference are you possibly making?" The man picked up a starfish. He looked at it, tossed it in the water, and said, "I made a difference in that one." God may have you here on earth to make a difference in one person's life. Is it worth it? May not seem like it to you, but it is to that person. Have a good day and go make a difference in one person's life.